Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. Well, we were all right. We were all right. Amazing. Because everyone saw that coming. So of course Nina calls up Carly, and she's about to sit there and tell her that Sonny's alive, but of course she doesn't get a chance because, well, when Carly talks, she just keeps going on and on and on and on and does not give anyone else a chance to say anything. So, must be really fun having conversations with her. So, of course, Carly talks herself right out of getting back her husband. Because at this point, Carly is so livid by the idea that Nina could sue for visitation rights that she's like, I'm going to destroy you in court. We're going to bury you, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. And in this conversation, it makes Nina feels like, or at least it's my interpretation, that Carly is throwing the fact that, you know, Wiley, you get to see Wiley pretty much when I say so. I have the power in the situation, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if you try, I'm gonna crush you. That was the general impression that I got from that whole conversation. So, with that being said, Nina says something that Nell would say. You had your chance, and now yada yada yada. You're gonna be alone or whatever. And she hangs up the phone, and Carly's just like, "What the hell?" Now, as many people have known, or as many of you know, I do read the comment section. Okay, I know that there's a lot of people, and not just my comment section, but just the comment sections in general of other, of promos and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that do not like Carly, and they have good reason to not like Carly. Okay, she's done some really terrible stuff. Hell, the stuff that she did, she once compared it to what Nell was doing. So they're saying you were just like me. You did X, Y, and Z just like me. Okay? She's done some bad stuff. But here's the thing though. And this isn't giving her a free pass. But see, for me when I look at Carly and I look at Nina, Carly's the person that will sit there and own up to it. She won't sit there and try to downplay. She won't be like, oh, well, I was under this and I was under stress. And blah. Like, yeah, I did it. Yep, that's right. I did that too. Nina's the type of person that will downplay a lot of the stuff that she's done, or sit there and say, well, I was going through a breakdown or whatever. She'll try to use, and it's not that they're saying that those aren't reasons or justifications, but at the end of the day, you still did it. You still chose to take Ava's child and apparently pass it off as her own. Now, granted, this was a period that I didn't watch, but I mean, this is the type of person that Nina is. So when it comes towards Nina and Carly, it's not that I just like Carly because, she's my favorite or whatever. But Nina has a way of downplaying stuff. And this is something that you see in this episode. The minute that they get off the phone with each other, Sonny's like, talk to me or whatever. And, of course, Nina starts her sob story. Her sob story about how Carly didn't save her, Carly didn't save her child, and if she would have grew up different, Nell did a lot of bad things, and, she hurt a lot of people. Bad things is an understatement, and she damn nearly killed someone. She practically killed someone else. That guy Grant or whatever, she nearly killed Brooklyn. She left Michael in a burning car to explode. So to sit there and say that she hurt people, she making it seem like, she was just walking through the halls and she accidentally knocked somebody down the steps, or she stepped on someone's foot. Like, she continued to downplay a lot of the stuff that Nell did. So, at this point, everyone already knows what's going to wind up happening. um, Nina's revenge is going to be to, and this is something that, Sonny said. Well, I mean, he said it, but granted, he didn't really understood who he was talking to and what this means. Basically, he was like, maybe she doesn't understand what you're going through as far as being alone until she feels it herself. And that's when Nina starts smiling. Now, here's the thing. No matter what side you stand on, are you in agreement with Nina for her taking revenge on Carly? Are you on Carly's side? Because at the end of the day, what it really comes down to is, no matter how angry Nina was at Carly, and yeah, I can understand where she's coming from. She's not just hurting Carly. Sonny has kids. He has a family. And you're going to deprive them of seeing his kids because you want to hurt Carly that bad. That's something that Nell would have done. So when she sits there and downplays the stuff that Nell did, it's like, you're being exactly like her. Now granted, I'm not going to sit there and try to act like Carly's a saint, but what Nina's doing is still wrong, because you can ride with her for her getting revenge on Carly, but this doesn't just affect Carly. And I'll leave it at that. So, honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not going to lie, that was actually kind of the highlight of this episode, and everything else, I don't want to sit there and say sucks, but it's just, well, after Trina apologizes again, she goes to go see her father. Now, Jordan was sitting there talking to Taggart, the real Taggart this time. Basically told him to, plead innocent, fight the case, And Taggart wanted to plead guilty because he felt like if he was on the streets, it would make them a target. I don't really understand how that's... I'm not going to lie. I understand... Actually, no, I really don't understand his plan. So his plan is to... He was going to plead guilty... He was going to plead guilty to... If he goes out, then he's going to be a target, and his children... his child is going to be a target, like Trina's going to be a target. She's a target anyway. So what is you pleading guilty actually going to do? So yeah, Jordan's like, listen, we got something in the works. Somebody's kidnapping his mother, and is buying us some leverage. For how long is, well, anyone's guess, but it's leverage. So she tells him to fight. Trina comes in, and Trina tells him to fight as well. Well, this is after she apologizes to Taggart for being upset with him. And, I remember me sitting there saying a couple episodes back, well, a couple months back, when she was mad at him, I tried to look at it, and maybe I didn't do such a good job before, but I'm trying to look at it from two sides. One, she's a teenager, okay? So a lot of the stuff that she does, her emotions, they're not going to sit there and always make sense to an adult. Like, there's things that we've done way back, that everyone's done way back, and like, ugh, that was pretty bad. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. But, we were young. So, Trina being upset with her dad that he lied to her. Because I came at her like, when you're sad and devastated that he was dead, and now he's alive, and you found out why he lied to you. Now you're angry and you don't want to see him anymore. Like, what is going on with you? But then I realized, she's a teenager. So, yeah, she comes over, and, after she apologizes, she tells him to fight. It's like, fight to come back to us. And of course, Taggart's like, oh, well, if I do, then you'll be a target. I'm just like, this is so not making any sense. Bro, you being out of jail doesn't lessen her danger. Okay? It lessens your danger to an extent, but it doesn't fully lessen it. I mean, Cyrus seems like a really powerful person. If he was able to get to Sonny's family inside of jail, what do you think he's going to do when you when you go to actual jail, like real jail. But okay, sure. So yeah, she tells him to fight, and I don't know. I'm assuming he's gonna fight. So I guess we'll see. Now, let's talk about Anna. No. Before we talk about Anna, let's talk about Jordan and Curtis. I mean, not Jordan Curtis. Curtis and Portia. How did I not forget Portia? I think we already know how I feel about Portia, so I'm just not gonna really get into that. But the point is, I'm not gonna lie, they don't really talk about much. They talk about like their past, really. Portia just apologizes for what she did to Curtis. Lying to him about not having a husband, and also saying that it was more than just physical. Like she actually had feelings for him, and that was another reason why she was, like she lied to him. But, she's like, listen, given the whole Jordan thing, she's like, I want to make sure that we're good from jump. Of course, Curtis, I'm not going to lie. For the people who've been watching this for a while, my impression is that he's starting to sound like a broken record. Like, I'm sorry, and I get it. Like, he's upset that Jordan lied, but it was just the same whining and complaining. Like, bro, we get it, She lied to you about stuff, and she wasn't, she always kept a part of herself from you, and, the lies tore you up in the end, and you're awkward and you're in limbo, and I was just like, bro, I'm not sitting there saying that I don't care because I had a long day. I just, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to sound like a dick, but I'm just like, bro, listen, we heard this like 4 or 5 episodes ago. You know what's going to wind up happening? Like 10 episodes in, when he talks about Jordan, he's going to say the same thing. She lied to me. Yada, yada, yada. And it's like, after a while, it's like, bro, I care. Listen, I care from a character standpoint. Like, I get it. She lied to you, and that's something that she lied to you 1 too many times. But, like, what are you going to do about it? I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of tired of hearing him whine about his wife, or it's... Because they are still technically married. So, anyway, I'm assuming that somewhere down the line, they're going to get together, and Jordan's not going to be happy. I think Jordan needs to find somebody new. Maybe they need to add a new character in the show. Who's an available bachelor? So, after some quick words with Valentine, because they understand they're talking about her emotional woes, about how she lied. Now, at first, I didn't really understand, like, this wasn't even like a long day. This was like, okay, so she tells, Valentine, like, well, we still didn't really work anything out, and I still have to lie to him because of the Bureau. Apparently, the Bureau has stuff on her that he can't tell, that she can't tell Finn, because I don't really know exactly why. Is it like national? I'm not gonna lie, I don't really understand it. Okay, even my sentence does not seem like it makes any sense. I just know that Valentine was not there asking how's the whole Finn and how's the whole Finn thing going. And pretty much Anna was like, I still have to lie to him because of work. Now, I guess the reason why I'm so confused about it is because, I think Finn would understand if you have classified information, things that you can't tell. Like, there's things that Finn can't tell Anna about, like, patients and stuff like that. So, I don't really understand. I don't understand why she felt like she has to sit there and still lie to him. Like, about her past, about stuff about her past. If it's classified, then you just can't say anything. Okay. She is giving me a headache some days. But after that little trip down memory lane, Anna talks to Jordan. And of course, they talk about their relationship woes. Jordan and Curtis, and Anna and Finn. And after they get past that stuff, then they talk about, well, Anna brings up the fact that, Jason might not have done it. It could have been Peter. Peter's really good at covering up his tracks and framing people. So I guess in the next couple of days, they're going to kind of put their heads together and be like, you know what, maybe Jason is not the person, you know, that did it. Now, I don't blame Jordan for this because Jordan is just literally doing her job. And I think even and and I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of sad part. I think that Jordan knows most likely that Jason didn't do it, and Liz is so convinced. And Liz known Jason longer. I guess I'm just missing something, but whatever. Um, Valentine talks to Charlotte about the new baby. And of course, she's not happy about it because, well, she wants all the attention to herself. She's a kid. So she's not feeling it. And she's like, Rocco, okay, that's fine, but anything outside of that is no. But I think Valentine got through to her. She just didn't want to feel like she was being replaced or that, he was going to love the baby more than her. But he assured her that she would, and then I think that she understood. So it was cool seeing Charlotte again. I know the whole COVID thing or whatever is kind of hard to bring in, the kids and stuff like that. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie, I thought that they were just gonna bring in a different actress, to be honest, like a different kid character. So, okay. Michael came into this episode kind of late, and so did Peter. Michael pretty much just talked to Carly, and Carly just reminded Michael, like, yo, Nina is not well. First of all, she tells Michael about the veiled threat that Nina gave her. And then she pretty much just kind of reminded Michael, like, yeah, she shouldn't be around Wiley at this point because she's just not mentally there. And, again, no matter what side you fall on, I think we can all agree that Nina is just not in a good space to really sit there and, be around Wiley because it's like, all right, you made one major F up. And I felt like this was something that could have been controlled, but Nina's not all there. They talked about the custody case or whatever, and Michael's like, if it comes to that, what are we going to do? I don't know if he said that or not, but pretty much Carly was like, we're going to do whatever it takes. Okay, Carly. Whatever it takes. So, okay. All right. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is somewhat of a twofer. It seemed like there's some sort of flirtation vibes that's going on between Lucas and Felix. You were sitting there talking about the birthing. They're going to be doing like Lamaze classes or whatever because, well, Epiphany isn't there for reasons that are just... Oh, yeah, never mind. Britt demoted her. But, so it's just going to be them doing it. Brooklyn seems like she has, like, some issues with, Britt. And I know it's partly to do, well, like, she has issues with Britt. Like, she was all like, well, you replaced my grandmother, whatever. I'm like, Brooklyn, it was Cyrus the one that fired her, okay? Not Britt, but okay, sure. So she's being all sorts of nasty to Britt or whatever. But they all decide to go to Lamaze class or whatever. So now you got Maxie there, you got Brooklyn there, you got Lucas and Felix, and they're all in the class and they're about to sit there and start. And Peter comes in. Literally half an hour later, Peter comes in. And he walks through the door. He's like, oh, traffic was murder. What do you say to that at that point? It's just like, they're all looking at him like, the hell is wrong with this dude? So he comes in there and Peter, I don't know what's going on with Peter, but he seems like he's losing his damn mind at this point. Peter seems like he's really losing his damn mind. He comes in there, he's all like, all right, Maxie, let's go, let's do this. We're going to have, we're going to do this whole birthing thing or whatever. And Britt's like, no. What are you doing here? You can go. So Felix escorts Peter out. And Britt is just like, listen, You say you're just gonna give her her time, her space. Like, do it. She's in a fragile space. You know, she's in a fragile place. You can't be Cynthia just constantly showing up every day in her face. Like, it's creepy, bro. It's not attractive. Like, stop. So after that, she goes back in the room. And she tells Maxie, listen, we can't keep doing this. We can't keep dangling the carrot around him. Like, we got to come up with something. Of course, Maxie has a plan. She's like, I have a plan, and it's going to work, and it's going to, it's going to solve our Peter problem pretty much. Okay, I don't, honestly to tell you the truth, I was not there saying yesterday, I was saying this in the comment section, I was like, it's probably not a good idea to get the cops involved. And I'm like, well, what is he going to do? Like, he's not going to hurt Maxie. He's not going to hurt the baby. So it's like, what is he going to do? Maybe a restraining order may not be so bad. I mean, he's not going to hurt Maxie. So it's like, what else is he going to do, really? All eyes are on him. So it's like, it's not like he can really get away with pretty much anything moving forward. So, like, restraining order? Just thought. I think that's about it. If I miss anything, again, write it down in the comment section below. I want to thank everyone for watching. Really do appreciate it. And always enjoy reading the comments. So, let me know what your thoughts are about this, about this episode in the comment section. And with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Please be safe. I will see you in the next video.